Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast. Podcast reviews of movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 365, and we are here for another review for Coming of Age Month because this August is Coming of Age Month here at the Nerdcore. And as always, is the Nerd Chicana here to host the show, launched by my wonderful co-host.
Sup, everybody. Welcome to the Back to School show.
Back to school, man.
We're here to tell you how to sell dope in school.
In the science lab.
In the science lab, in the whatever the hell that was, where the janitor just kept shaking his head at him. Music room, the computer lab nobody used. Who doesn't use the fucking computer lab?
I know.
What's up with that?
I'm starting to realize a lot of these school movies, the parents aren't involved at all.
Like, parents don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Nick and Nora didn't exist.
Water lilies?
They did, like, nowhere.
Yep. And now this one?
This one, yeah, there's no parents. I mean, other than the 30 or 40-year-old gang members looking for them.
Yeah, and I believe in what's it called? In Superbad, you see the parents either.
You don't.
The only parent you see in this one is what's it called? The guy who he's meeting with, he's never like with the family at all. So,
no. I mean, he meets his family before, like, he even meets the dude. So, yeah, this one doesn't have any parents either. This is like some Disney shit. Like moms don't exist.
Yeah, it's okay because Boyhood has like parents all the time. So
I mean,
we'll watch that.
But that's more of a documentary in a way.
Well, you're gonna learn
documentary-ish.
You do. I can't wait for us to do that. It's gonna be crazy. But Brad, how are you doing today, bro?
Pretty good. No complaints. Cooked a steak. It was good. That's why we're a little late right now.
Yeah. How's it been going with the home router thing? Everything's still good?
Everything's going. Now that we upgraded or got new shit, it's like faster. So
nice.
Silver linings, I guess.
Yeah, cool. No video game lag at all.
I'm not going to say that. I haven't actually played a video game yet on it.
Dude, I want to see how that works, man.
I mean, let's get down. Did you see Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer?
Yeah, dude. We're gonna have a fun time on this week.
Dude, when does that come out? I didn't see when that came out.
I have no idea. I think he said like a couple of months, or next year. I don't know, dude. All I know that it looks really cool, and I can't wait to get this. I want this game, damn it!
I want my roving band of Ronin. That's what I want.
That's right. 7 samurai in this hole, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I'll fuck shit up.
But yeah, of course, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. If you guys have not seen Dope, which I really do hope a lot of you have seen this film because I love this movie. It's my second watch, and I believe it's your second watch too.
It is my second watch.
Yeah. So, but if you don't care about spoilers, then go ahead and keep listening. But if you do care, then let's go ahead and get this spoiler warning in effect. And you have been warned. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I don't have the iPad connected. No. All right. Let's read this. It's not that lengthy, but it's pretty lengthy. Dope is a 2015 American comedy drama coming of age film written and directed by Rick Famuyiwa and produced by Forrest Whitaker.
That Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, and Nina Yang Bongiovi.
Bongiovi?
Bongiov? I don't know.
We just butchered that. Sorry, yeah. Nina.
Sorry, Nina. But we suck.
What can you expect?
Yeah. It stars Shamik Moore, Tony Revolori.
You were going with it, Revolori.
I'm sorry, Tony Revolori, Kiersey Clemens, Kimberly Elise, Chanel Inman, Lakeith Stanfield, Blake Anderson, Zoe Kravitz. God damn, Zoe Kravitz. And of course, one of my favorite rappers of all time, A$AP Rocky. The film was also executive produced by Pharrell Williams and co-executive produced by Sean Combs. It film premiered.
Wait! If y'all don't know, Sean Combs is P Diddy or Puff Daddy
Puff Daddy.
He's got a lot of fucking names.
Diddy, Puff Daddy, P Diddy. It's kind of a big thing of how you know P Diddy, how you know him by like I know him by P. Diddy, which means I'm of a certain generation. Brad.
I know him by Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy, yeah.
Like, I'm going all the way to the Notorious B.I.G. era.
Yeah,
I knew him.
Every breath you take.
That was my jam, bro.
Yeah, man. That song makes you cry, man.
I'll be watching you.
Yeah, it was for Biggie, man. The film premiered at the 2015 Sundance Film Festival on January 24, 2015 in Park City, Utah, and was released in North America on June 19 by Open Road Films. It was re-released on September 4 during the Labor Day holiday weekend. The film received critical acclaim and was a moderate commercial success, grossing $18 million on a $7 million budget. That's cool. That's actually pretty good. You know, it's not a big success, but it's still, you know, enough for it to make its profit back.
I mean, money don't matter.
Yeah. And the film sits at an hour and 43 minutes.
Thank God.
Thank God, right? Yeah, thank God.
Or we wouldn't be doing this today.
Don't worry, Brad. All the movies I chose for next month are under 2 hours. So, yeah. And, of course, I want to go ahead and Rachel Morrison was the cinematographer on here. And, of course, Jermaine Franco was the composer of the score. Man, I was so excited to rewatch this movie because I remember loving this movie so much when it came out in 2015. And I'm glad to say that nothing really has changed after 2015. I still think this movie is genius. I love that it's basically this John Hughes type of adventure film within of itself, but it kind of makes itself really unique in a sense by basing it in a different community that you would think that, because a lot of coming of age films are never based around like people of color. You know, it's always it's always white people, you know, trying to find themselves, and we never really get films about black people or Latinos trying to find themselves. So that's why I really, really appreciate this movie. But also the second time around, I just really appreciate, like, you know, the lighting and the cinematography and so much about this movie. I just love it. And all of the heart that it has inside of it, like its comedic bits. I just enjoy it so much the second time around.
I think it's a deep movie, honestly.
Yeah.
I think this is more than a coming of age movie. This actually goes and it talks about how just people are perceived, like even in the black community, how, you know, you're expected to be, you know, into NBA, into certain genres of things. And you have these kids here who just like, we just want to be nerds and geeks and do punk rock stuff. And
then lays it out from the beginning too. It's like, you know, you hear about the friend who died and he's like, one of our boys was just wanting to go get the comic book collection. Like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, he was shot just waiting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this movie is, it's great. I mean, it hasn't aged since the first time I saw it. I still enjoy this. I just gotta say, every woman in this movie is beautiful. Like from the mom to Chanel Inman, Kiersey Clemens, Zoe Kravitz.
Bro, come on, bro. You ain't gotta even say it, man. Bro, Zoe Kravitz in this movie.
I mean, I'm married, but I can appreciate.
Yeah, that's right, man. God, man, Zoe Kravitz. I was like, dude, Zoe Kravitz is probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid my eyes on, bro. Like,
and she wasn't really on screen time that long, but like when she was on screen, she was on screen. It was like,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then even Kiersey Clemens, bro. Just, you know, even that with that like tomboyish type of look, like she still looked fine, bro. I was like, bro, she looks so badass, and of course, what's it called? What was her name again?
Chanel Inman.
Chanel Inman, dude. Fuck. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, I'm glad I was never put in a situation like that when I was younger. Because, I gotta go. You got some water? Like,
that scene where she just barfs on him.
That it's like I'm glad I watched this after Nick and Nora's, because I'm just going, this is like the gum scene all over.
Yeah, I was like,
this is just
Shamika, what's it called? Did not react the way I think he would act. What's it called? I thought he was like barf too, but no, it's just like
get off me. Just go.
Disgusting, disgusting, dude. But God, you're right. This movie, there's so much more to this movie.
Well, I think this is, whoever you can get, this might be a good one to talk with someone on the cinema conditions. If I didn't already have all three of mine chosen, like this would definitely be one that I would think about doing. Although I think you might find someone better suited for this movie to talk about it, especially the race relations in it and how society is in it, which I could never understand.
Yeah, and I gotta say, man, just the comedic bits, like Blake Anderson trying to understand why he can't say the N-word, and it just always makes me laugh when
she just slaps the shit out of him, and that's like a real slap. It's a real slap. It just bam.
That part always makes me laugh so hard. He's just like, what's it called? Yeah, so you know how a fella feel, and then go boom. And I'm like, oh my god! And then what's it called? Or when he's like asking, like, why does what's it called? This guy said the Latino. He's like, this guy's like Latino. He goes, what's it called?
14% African.
40% African. He goes, what? How could that be 14%? But I mean, it's really real as to what, things like that. It's like every single white boy who grew up in the hood always uses that excuse.
And even if you didn't grow up in the hood, if you listen to rap lyrics, like you catch yourself going, I can't sing this. Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's one thing because I'm from Mississippi, so I learned from an early age. I don't say that because I don't want to get my ass beat, at all.
Yeah. What do we always say? No one's saying that you can't say it.
You can say it. You can say it. Consequences. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Some shit ain't worth playing.
Yeah. I love how and I love how the film also, what's it called? It's got you believing that he really is doing this, but in the back of your head, it's you never really do think. That first time around, I was like, oh, I didn't know he was actually setting this against AJ. I was like, I thought that he was just gonna, what's it called?
I watched this so long ago that I didn't even realize that either. In the second watch.
Yeah.
There's scenes in this though where like when he's doing the Harvard his application, and you get that he's talking about himself and Dom, because Dom to me is him, but he went on a different path. You can tell because Malcolm brings up all the 90s rap. He's talking to Dom, and Dom just hits him with, bro, that was 1988 and 2001. What the fuck are you on? So you're like, Dom's a hip hop head. He's kind of a nerd. He just went down a different path.
Yeah, and also the way that he kind of really does appreciate Malcolm and how smart he is, and he how he, what's it called, how he likes him for that stuff, and it's Dom and Malcolm are so the same, but there's just this one thing that's different from them.
Yeah, they just went two different paths. One where he got caught up in just the way of life that just surrounded him, whereas one is wanting to get out of that and do stuff different. And this movie really brings that together very well. And you're like, you get it at the end. You're like, Dom is Malcolm. That's who he's talking about. If he had gone down a different way, if he didn't have the friends he had, if he didn't have someone to encourage him, like his mom. By
the way, us rewatching this, Brad, how bad did it feel that Rick Famuyiwa isn't directing The Flash anymore? Because he was the one who was originally going to do The Flash.
I mean, this film is beautiful. Just the way it's shot, the way it's done, the way it's edited. So the fact that was taken away from Rick Famuyiwa, it's kind of a disservice to him, I think.
Yeah. I watched it and I was like, oh, he can definitely do this coming of age Barry Allen story. And really,
I mean, this is well written. Its script is great. I know you don't like Nick and Nora's. You think it's just kind of a man movie. This is a good one to watch after it for me, because it's like I get the kind of white person coming of age story, and then the African American coming of age story.
Yeah. And I gotta also bring it up too. I love how it also kind of talks about how colleges really are trauma porn addicts, having to basically have African American Latino students just talk about their difficulties when like that's not what they want to talk about, and like they want to just exploit these people's.
I kind of wanted to read the Ice Cube, like that interested me. Like, what was Ice Cube's good day? Shit.
Yeah.
What day was he talking about?
Yeah, and
but there's a certain scene in this, and I mean, I think it's might be the strongest scene in the movie to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's when he pulls the gun out of the bag.
Oh yeah,
and he's holding the gun, shaking, and he doesn't want to shoot, but he wants to basically just get his money, get it to who he needs to go, and just be done with this whole thing.
Yeah,
and you can tell that the dude is just like he's just awestruck that he's this kid he's beat up and who is a nerd is holding a gun at him.
Yeah. And so when you read the Wikipedia entry, it says that the bully gains respect for him. I don't think the bully gains respect for Malcolm. I think that it's more of like, yo, this kid, he actually has something going for him. And
and you hear this about like J. Cole and
mm-hmm.
Certain rappers with that story is the dope dealers, they didn't want these kids in that life, so they would protect them. They'd be like, you're better than this, like you're a horrible drug dealer, you'd be a horrible drug dealer, like go to
he pulls that trigger and everything what's it called is ruined for him. And absolutely everything he's been working towards. And I think that I don't think Lakeith Stanfield's character was like gained respect. I think it was more out of like no, I don't want you to do this because I don't want this to be ruined for you. Like,
because that would end his life and then ruin his life. And, and it would have been easily, I'm sure, for someone else just to pull a gun and shoot Malcolm.
Yeah.
But at that point, I think you gain respect for that character and whereas he just walked away.
Yeah. Yeah, because I 100% believe that what's it called? If it would have been anybody else, the Lakeith Stanfield's character would have still beat his ass. Like, still found a way to beat his ass, even with a gun to his face. But like, or probably would have died. But he was like, no, man, I don't think that. I think every single moment up to then was like, nah, you got something more going for you. We can't have you get caught up in this life.
And that's how I felt it too. I didn't feel like what the Wikipedia is saying is he gained respect. I think he probably already respected him in a way, but he wanted, he had to keep his I guess his influence, his cred up in school. So that's why he would pick on basically everyone in that school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, what's it called? I always have to bring up the whole the gang members using the iPad to track down the people when they're not even using it.
I mean, it is the 21st century, Raul. Like, get on their level, bro.
I love how the mom was like, she's like, hey, he's like, oh, stop the car, bitch. And he's like, and then she's like, okay, what's going to happen?
Like, this is the third time this has happened today. What the fuck?
How many times you gotta pull the gun on me? Everybody else in the bus is scared, but she's just like, all right, come in, do your thing, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, the music choices here, like songs that they include here, are just always fantastic.
Oh, they're good. They're great. Again, I bring up Nick and Nora, which I love the soundtrack. I love a soundtrack on this too. So I'm just all kind. I think both soundtracks work for both movies, and that this really helps bring into the whole sphere of this world. And what these kids' world is that 90s hip hop music.
Yeah. And
then they bring up Bitcoin. And I'm just like, I love this movie. Like this is fucking ridiculous.
This is so 2015, man. Bitcoin was huge. And
it's still not gone. It's still not gone. I mean, I mean, I'm sure dark web stuff is still there for sure.
Yeah. And of course, I adore the whole ending sequence, with everything, like him kind of reading through his essay. Like, first of all, I mean, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I just love it when he goes, "Allow me to please reintroduce myself." And I'm like, oh shit. So and him just ending it with like, would you have to ask these questions to me if I were white? And he really does bring up a good question, like,
it's just like you said, the schools are looking for trauma porn.
Yeah, schools are looking for trauma porn. Yeah, that's why they're always like, oh, what's it called? You grew up in underserved underserved communities and whatever. Like, just
where
follow,
I
follow,
watched a documentary on it or something to that effect, and
yeah,
white kids they get in because they're family. Like if they had a family member go in before, it's just like an automatic in.
yeah. It's like, you wouldn't ask other kids to write about this, but like, to the Latino and Black what's it called students who you need, the only way that you can somehow really relate or like find something to admit them is through their trauma. It's like, it's so fucked up.
Yeah,
It's so fucked up. But yeah, this movie is fantastic. I enjoy every single time I watch it. And what's it called?
can we talk about how the nerd got the girl at the end?
That's right. That's right. The nerd got the girl, bro.
For
I
once,
love that. I just love that whole scene, like how she doesn't need she doesn't open the door. He just slides the envelope under, and it's like, hey, you want to come, you want to come, but I know if I fucked up, and if you don't want to come with me, you don't want to come with me. And I gotta say, I love that. I love that whole style. I like that choice to do instead of just have them make up and then go to prom.
Yeah,
that.
and she doesn't show up. I mean, that was a good decision in the writing part on that.
Yeah. So
and then also him kind of transforming and growing older, and they're just showing that with him getting a haircut.
Oh yeah. Yeah, which by the way, it sucks that he had to get his haircut, but that's still a cool ass.
I mean, looking like the Fresh Prince, that's got to be difficult every day.
Yup. And yeah, man.
Although, did you hear that? Did you hear like someone in the crowd like say something like, "Hey, Fresh Prince" or some shit?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, but yeah, dude, I this movie's just fantastic. I enjoy every single moment of it. And I gotta really get the Blu-ray for this because it's one that I always want to rewatch. But yeah, I mean, every single performance in here is just so great. I mean, what can you not expect from like a stacked ass cast like this?
Even ASAP Rocky brought it. Like,
I know, and it kind of makes me realize, like, yo, why isn't ASAP Rocky more movies? Like, he's 10 times better than.
I mean, honestly, I'd much rather ASAP Rocky make more music. If I'm being honest, that's what I want. But yeah, you can put him in movies. Man, why you got to bring up MGK like that? Like the man is trying, bro. like I heard they lit him on fire. Come on now.
Come on, I'm just like, man, like, what's it called? Come on, guys. Like, MGK's like in Bird Box. He kind of sucked to me.
I mean, but like the music he's been putting out in quarantine. Pretty good.
Brad, I completely forgot that we also have to do our coin toss to see what we watched this week for Saturday morning. So I'm gonna just take a quick look. I'm gonna just do the cheating part here. I'm just gonna choose something from my yeah. I'm gonna choose something from my 75 films because I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, I adore this movie. I think that it's a movie that is a lot deeper than a lot of people think. There's more to that surface about talking about just the education system, but also like what's it called? Also how the people who work inside the schools sometimes try to mask what happens in those schools. Like when they bring in the people from like the science fair stuff, and the guys like, you see, look, they're working so hard. Like you see, our schools are working and stuff, and it's like but you're kind of ignoring the actual conflict at hand that is going on. But Brad, I'm gonna go ahead and give Dope what I gave it the first time around. This movie has kept its 10. I love this movie so much, and I really recommend everybody watch it. Sadly, it's not on Netflix anymore, but
go rent it or buy it.
Rent it, buy it. This is definitely a movie I need to get on my Blu-ray soon.
I gotta agree. This movie is terrific. And I rated Nick and Nora 10 out of 10. I'm gonna rate this one 10 out of 10. I think they go well together.
Sick, man, sick. So we're gonna go ahead and do our what's it called, our wonderful.
I mean, why are we going to do a coin toss? There is a new movie out that we haven't watched yet.
Project Power, right?
Mm-mm.
Which one?
The Tax Collector.
Oh, the Shia LaBeouf, right? Shia LaBeouf. I mean, sure. You want to do that?
Let's do that.
All right, cool. So, tax collect. Tell you were talking about Project Power. Like, hey, I
No,
want.
and the task collector is an hour and 35 minutes.
Okay, cool. So, we'll be doing this week. We're doing a new release, The Tax Collector, the new David Ayer film. So, yeah, what's it called? I'm really, really excited, and I believe it's not just even it's Bobby Soto as well, who's the main character as well. So, yeah, we'll be doing The Tax Collector this week, and we will go ahead and do that for Saturday morning review. But in the meantime, it's been a lot of fun getting to review this movie with Brad. And this has been a pretty damn good month. I like contrary to popular belief, I didn't not like Nick and Nora. I just didn't care for it. But Brad wants to argue that every single day. But it's been a pretty good week. Next week we'll be done with this month for the patrons. I mean, not for the patrons, but for the public at least, when we review Superbad, and then patrons get their review of Boyhood. So yeah, well, I'm really excited for that because I love Superbad. I can't wait to see McLovin again.
I mean, I haven't seen that movie in forever, so I'm wondering how it aged through time.
I think I watched that movie again last year or the year before, and I was like, yeah, I still love this fucking movie.
I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna love it. It's just like seeing Jonah Hill as like a 17-year-old or whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most basic premise you can ever find, bro. What's it called? The teenagers trying to get
although I would love to see Seth Rogen as a cop. Like an actual cop just show up at my door. And Bill Hader. Yeah, just take me out drinking.
Yeah. All right, man. So thank you guys for stopping by. As always, you can leave a rate review on your podcast app of choice. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go and leave a subscribe and like this video and turn on the post notification bell. It really does, notify you when we're going live or when episodes have been posted, all that wonderful stuff. Nerdcore.com is where you can find all the things that have to do with us. And please go check it out because we got a lot of reviews on there that are a lot of fun to read because you guys should be read during quarantine. As always, also we got to thank our wonderful Patreon supporters who help us make these shows possible. You can become a patron at patreon.com/nerdcore, and you can choose a tier from $1 to $100. Please don't choose the 100. I don't think I justify you spending 100 on us, but I want to thank.
But I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it, but I also don't know how I can justify you paying 100 for us.
I mean,
yeah, but
people have spent money on weirder shit.
Yeah, well, you guys can go ahead and go check that out on the link that's being scrolled down here. As always, we want to thank our wonderful producers and writers, our associate producers, Cassie and Sarah. Thank you so much for being wonderful people and being producers of the show. Our executive producer, Grayson Barker, who you can follow at Warlord1Bar on Twitter and Grayson Barker 98. Also, tell them about Shane, Brad.
You follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK_.
A real executive producer because he just gives the money and he dips.
I mean, you know what? And then sometimes he shows up to talk with us. Yeah. I'm okay with it. That's my kind of executive producer.
That's my kind, right?
He's like, do shit. Like, I believe in you guys. Like, keep it going.
And of course, our writers, Brown Rice 96 on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, whatever.
By the way, we really need to review a Terminator movie for him at some point.
That soon.
I mean, because we're getting through Tony's, but we really need to review like at least the first Terminator.
Yeah, we should probably get to that soon. But,
or we could do like the first two and just do like those two.
Well, look, what's it called? The thing is that Bryce is supposed to be coming on for those, but it's hard to get Bryce because of his work and stuff. So at least we'll try to set a goal. Let's try to watch Terminator by next week.
Okay, right. I can do that. I mean, that's a good movie. That's a good movie. That's not difficult.
Yeah, the first two are good. Everything after. But you can follow our other writer, Real Nerdy Dad, on Twitter at Real Nerdy Dad. Tony, thank you so much for being a writer. And I did watch Earth Girls Are Easy. I am terrified of those furry suits.
I mean, like, I want to know how much they paid fucking Jeff Goldblum to do that.
Dude, I was so visibly uncomfortable during that movie. I was like,
we need to shave him. Like,
the movie's terrible, but I was like,
it's not as bad as I thought going into it.
It's bad.
Mean, it's really not. Like, it's really not. It's very entertaining in a way, but from the opening scene, you're thinking this is just going to be a shit show. It is a musical, though. Like, what are you supposed to do with that?
but it's bad. But it's. I'm laughing because of how stupid it is.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's got fucking Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, and Jeff Goldblum. Of course, it's gonna be stupid.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be stupid.
I'm so visibly terrified by those furry suits. I was like, please shave them off. Please get somebody to take this off. This is like, I'm so terrified of this. But it's just like how I think about Velocipaster. It's fun, but it's funny. So with that being said, it's been a lot of fun here on the show, and we'll go ahead and see you guys later. You'll be able to listen to me on the Cinema Condition on Wednesday, but Brad and I will be back for a Saturday morning review this Saturday. So without further ado, Bradley, send them out.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to everyone on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all our followers, all our lovely, lovely people. And I guess I'll just end this by saying, how am I supposed to eat my damn pound cake? Young Yoda out.